Are you struggling with your basic calculus lessons? Confused and don't know what to do? Don't worry, we are here to help you with your basic calculus struggles. Hi, our lesson for today is going to be the derivative of exponential functions. But before we proceed with our lesson, let's have our objectives first.
For the objective of this lesson, the first one here is to explain the fundamental concept of the derivative of exponential functions, including its definition, properties, and formula. The second one here is that to demonstrate the step-by-step process of finding the derivative of exponential functions using differentiation rules and techniques.
Now, for the derivative of exponential functions, the exponential functions with base a is greater than 0, and a is not equal to 1, is defined by y is equals to a raised to x, where x is a real number. Since the exponential function is the inverse of logarithmic function, y is equals to a raised to x may also be written as x is equals to logarithm of y. So, sa derivative of exponential functions is when we have a function that is a raised to x, the x is essentially a function. Now, to proceed with the steps to get the derivative of exponential functions, let's have the formula.
So now, let's move on to the formula of this topic. So for any given base with the letter a, we simply use this formula. Derivative of a raised to u is equal to a raised to u multiplied by ln times the derivative of u. So that's for the first formula. For the second one, for the base of e, this formula is the most basic formula in this topic because it is simply just the derivative of e raised to u is equals to e raised to u times the derivative of u. So see, it's basic.
In our video presentation, we're going to focus on finding the derivative of exponential functions. So let's start with some examples that contains base e. What is the derivative of e to the x? Here's the formula that you need to know. The derivative of e to the u, where u is function, it is going to be the same. E to the u but times the derivative of u. So the derivative of the e to the x is going to be e to the x times the derivative of x, which is 1. So it's simply e3x. So based on that example, go ahead and find the derivative of this expression, e to the 5x plus 3 and e to the x squared. Go ahead and try this example. So first, we need to rewrite the expression that we have, e to the 5x plus 3, and then times the derivative of 5x plus 3, which is 5. So the answer is 5 times e raised to 5x plus 3.
For the medium difficulty, let's have this given y is equals to 2 raised to x cubed plus 3x. So this is the formula that we're going to use, where the base is a. So first we're going to identify the a and the u. So the u is the exponent that contains a function. So now we are going to follow the formula. So we're just gonna write down the base a, and then we're gonna copy the exponent. Now for the next step, we're just gonna copy ln a, which is the natural logarithm of 2. As you remember, 2 is the value of a. So now we're gonna get the derivative of u. So our value of u is x cubed plus 3x. So now the derivative of x cubed is 3x squared. and the derivative of 3x is just 3. So now, the next step is going to be to multiply the derivative of u to the natural logarithm. So we're just gonna copy the a and the u, so we're gonna write it down. Then we're gonna write the derivative of u. So 3x squared plus 3. And now we're just gonna bring down the ln2 so that they can multiply together. And that will be our final answer. Now let's have another given. Y is equals to e raised to negative 2x squared plus 4x plus 2. So let's identify the formula first. So the formula we're gonna use is the e raised to u. So now we're gonna apply the formula. So the formula will be to just copy e and the value of u. Now, after copying the value of u, we are going to get the derivative of u. So, the derivative of negative 2x squared is 4x. Then, the derivative of 4x would be 4. And for the derivative of 2 is going to be 0. But we can just remove that because it doesn't add anything anyway. So now, we're gonna multiply the derivative of u to the e. So we're just gonna bring down negative 4x plus 4. And then we're just going to copy letter e and then the value of u. And now that is our final answer. Now let's have our last given, which is y is equals to e raised to negative 3x cubed plus 3x plus 3. So we're gonna use the same formula of e raised to u. So we're just gonna bring down e and the value of u, which is negative 3x cubed plus 3x plus 3. Then after writing it down, we are going to get the derivative of u. So, the derivative of negative 3x3 is 9x squared. And then, the derivative of 3x is 3. And the derivative of positive 3 is 0. But we can now remove that because it adds nothing to the equation. Now, the next step is to multiply the derivative of u to the value of e. Now, we're gonna write negative 9x squared plus 3 multiplied by e raised to negative 3x cubed plus 3x and finally plus 3. And that is now our final answer for the third and last given for the medium difficulty.
So, ayan, ang given natin ay ito. And the formula naman ito gamitin ay ito. So, copy lang natin yung x raised to 3 cosine x. And then, yung ln, then yung a natin, which is x. And then, the derivative of 3 cosine x, which is negative 3 sine x. Then, lagyan na natin parentheses. And then, ayan. So, ayan. I-times lang natin dito, dito. Then, ito, bring down lang. So, x raised to 3 cosine x. Tapos, ito unahin natin. Negative 3 sine x. Then, lagyan natin ng ln x. So, ayan. Yan yung final answer natin. Ito niyo yun. May dumaan.
Now, if you have any more questions, feel free to comment them down on the comment section below. Now, thank you for listening to our tutorial. We hope that you learned something new that will help you ace that basic calculus lesson.
Ahora